This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
All right, so we got a little bit going on this morning. It's a little bit slow, but to be expected. But first thing looking at is EOLS. Now, one of the things that I've noticed, and coming back, just looking earlier, you can see there's been a lot of selling that was coming into this as it moved up. Now, closed at 1833, and we hit our highs of pretty much right at that 23 level, but when we come back to the actual substance of the print, you can see 20 didn't really get that much actual buying coming into it. And then as we got back up, the new buying that we saw coming back in, it just wasn't much. I mean, most of the bigger bursts of prints that we've seen coming into this thing have been selling. Now, right before we had a few prints that came in at that 21 level, but just not enough whatsoever to really kind of classify and fall underneath new buying for. So overall, we're certainly looking like after a little bit of a ride up based off those prints at 21, we're going to end up seeing this thing fall back down towards our support level here, right around 1850. All right. Next one looking at is Pizza, PZZA. Now, this is a little bit further towards the bottom of my list because of the fact it's just not trading very well during the pre-market. But if you look yesterday, on Friday, we can see right about 10:30 or so, we took a pretty big, pretty substantial hit towards that downside. Now, coming into this morning, we could see it jumped up a bit, but it jumped up on absolutely nothing. And when we come back over and we look for any new real buying prints that showed that this was going to be able to sustain itself and stay up there, I don't really see any at all. I mean, you have one print at 40.50, but that's a bid print. You have one print. So just not seeing enough new buying that's coming into this to really really show us that it's going to be able to hold and sustain this move up that it made overnight. Got a $200 million investment from a fund. Interesting. Okay. So we'll see what goes on with there, but we're going to need to see a little bit more. Even though, it's definitely 337,000 shares, not used to trading that during the pre-market. We do need a little bit more information of somebody to come back in and really show us where this is going. As of right now, the variable is just that it's not going to be able to hold unless that new buying does come in. And then Kron moving again this morning. So it's closed at 2081. We've been on our way up towards this double top that we have sitting right here. And on its way up, it's had some decent buying coming into it. I mean, nothing crazy. I mean, if you look right here, right at 8 o'clock, these below the bid prints, certainly shows somebody went in rather large with this. Just unfortunately, it's not going to show us any type of direction. So need to see a little bit more, but there's been some decent buying, a little, just nothing crazy yet. But overall, like I said, some decent buying. So definitely going to keep our eyes on this, especially as it's going up. We could see our range is getting a lot bigger. So the range, it says 95 cents on Friday and moved to $1.69. So we have been seeing more than that. Just keep that in mind when you are over there looking at the range. And other than that, we'll take a look at the scanners, but not really much else out there that I've seen moving this morning. So MXWL, this is new to the list, but looks like it just jumped up and it's all been just bigger prints. Almost looks like a buyout. Nothing for us to do there. We have EOLS, which we have already spoken about. We have Pizza, which we've already spoken about. DWT ETF. APHA, 330,000 shares, but this is another one where it made the move that we wanted it to. It's just, unfortunately, it's been pretty kind of crappy trade. It's not a great trading stock whatsoever. I am going to put it on our side list because we're getting up at that 10 level. We're over the 10 level right now. So I definitely want to keep an eye on it, especially being able to try to hold above that 10 is not going to be an easy thing, and you can get shares in this. So certainly keep an eye on it. CANF, we have 101,000 shares, but absolutely nothing going on there. CRON, 463, which we've already spoken about. And then ACB, not really doing any type of trading, but kind of just following Kron. Moving over to the losers side, we have pretty much nothing. So we have CHEK, 127, but it's just no real trading going on there. AU, 169, doesn't really trade as a day trade very well at all. And then Vail does not really move too much. You can see a move like that, I mean, at 20 cents. So Vail, I mean, there's just going to be better stuff to be out there and look at. As of right this second, SQ, nothing has changed because there's just absolutely no trading going on during the pre-market. All right, so we have 17,000 shares, just absolutely nothing that we can tell. Once the market opens, it'll start to move and we'll get a better idea. But as of right now, nothing going on. And that's pretty much almost all the everyday stocks that we have out there. Just not much trading going on this morning at all. All right, guys, anything else out there that I missed? I think that's going to be about it. All right, beautiful. So, okay, PCG. Let's take a look. All right, so not real 103,000 shares. That's actually a lot of selling. Looking at that 1350 level as we've been coming up. Yeah, that's very interesting. So yeah, we'll definitely put this on the list. Not doing any trading yet, but that is some huge selling at that 1350 level. So we'll throw it on there. We have a small list this morning. All right, guys, let's get ready for the morning. Remember, patience. Things are going to be a little bit slow at the open, just because that's really usually when you have some type of event on a Sunday like that. That's what ends up happening. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, guys, I will talk to everyone in the chat, and happy trading.